Most of us hate waste because valuable resources are lost with no benefit to anyone. It's thought that around £300 million worth of medication are wasted each year in the NHS. Medicines that are given to you that you might not want in the first place, medicines being prescribed that are no longer wanted or needed, and medicines being over-ordered. £300 million, that's approximately 31,000 NHS hip operations, or about 7.6 million GP appointments, or around 9,000 nurses employed at a hospital for that same year. And that wasted medication also has a huge cost to the planet. It's about 50,000 tonnes of carbon dioxide released into the atmosphere just from the manufacturing of those wasted medicines, let alone the environmental cost of disposal. 50,000 tonnes of carbon dioxide, that's the equivalent to 250,000 return flights to Spain. The climate crisis is bad for our health. Air pollution causes 7 million deaths a year worldwide, and a warming climate causes deaths through extreme weather conditions and many more health issues. So what can we do to help change this? Firstly, only order the medication you need each month. Stockpiling medicines at home is dangerous and wasteful. If your community pharmacist orders for you, make sure they check with you before putting in any orders to your GP. And check your medication before you leave the pharmacy so that they can be returned or used for someone else if you don't need them. Once you've left the pharmacy with them, they can't be used for someone else. Secondly, if you're being prescribed medications that you're not taking, talk to your GP practice about it. It's important for your health professional to know what matters to you. If you're invited to do a medication review, it might help to think about your medications beforehand, whether you're taking them regularly or whether they are piling up at home, whether you have any side effects from them, and whether you still feel you need them. And if you notice that someone in your family is stockpiling medication, talk to them about it and ask their permission to talk about this with their GP. This is how we sometimes pick up on serious problems, like memory issues, which we can help with. Thirdly, if you have medication in your house that you are never going to use, please return it to the pharmacy for safe disposal. Medication put in bins or flushed down toilets gets into our soil and pollutes waterways, causing risk to wildlife and to us too. For example, stopping antibiotics working. Any products with medication in them, such as used patches, gels, and medicine bottles, also need to be returned to a pharmacist. It's particularly important to return empty or unwanted inhalers to a pharmacy. And finally, there may be alternatives or additions to medication for your condition in the first place. You could talk to your doctor about these options. Physical activity, for example, does far more good overall than many medications that can be prescribed, dramatically reducing the risk of a huge number of conditions and usually without side effects. Exercise in nature is even better for you, boosting your immune system and improving your mental health. So let's all do our bit to reduce medicine wastage, reduce harm to the environment and save the NHS money that could be spent to help patients. Thank you for only ordering and taking away from the pharmacy what you need. Talking to your doctor or clinical pharmacist at the surgery about any problems with taking your medication and any healthy alternatives or additions to medication. Returning unused medication, empty or unwanted inhalers, and packaging and products containing any medication residue to your community pharmacist for safe disposal.